Hey guys, it has been quite a long time since we have made a video, mostly because there really has not been all that much to update you guys on.
No.
But we got some great news. We are finally licensed as foster parents.
This is the yay dance.
What was the post you did on Facebook? Like, you might not like our parenting style, but now we're officially licensed.
I did not come up with this. I did not take credit, but I loved it so much. It was before you question our parenting style, know that we are licensed to parent, literally.
Yeah.
So, haha. That's one benefit of getting licensed is that, like, the state, like, literally tells you that you can be a parent.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. So, yeah, we have waited so long.
We took our first class, 10 months ago?
Beginning of January,
Yeah.
and it is now beginning of October, yeah. 10 months. I think that we are the kind of the exception, but not the exception as far as like how long it took.
It just depends, I think, on the route you take. And so, like, just within Cincinnati, the greater Cincinnati area, there's,
so many
at least
agencies.
5 or 6 different agencies, right?
Yep. And you can go with the county.
Or go with the county. So there's a lot of different routes you can take.
Yeah.
And just our specific agency that we went with was pretty overloaded.
Yeah.
And they also had some people that took leave. So it was like, a combination of a lot of things that really pushed it back.
Yeah, it was like the stars aligned, and so we had all of the delays. So we were experiencing, it's one of those things where for a while I don't know if you felt this way. I felt like I was going crazy because I'm like, this shouldn't be taking this long.
I was like trying to manage your expectations because I can remember back in like July, August, like she kept saying like, oh, by now we'll be licensed, like planning like trips and things, and I could already see the writing on the wall of like
bull crap.
Oh, I'm not saying bull crap because we would have a delay and then a delay, and then all these things kept happening. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. Like, just
but so I
kept getting the vibe that it wasn't gonna happen. I'm telling her like, just it's not gonna happen by then. At the rate they're going.
So I had faith in what the agency was telling us. He did not.
They were lying.
Basically, it was like, it was just everything that could go wrong kind of did. And I will say, like, everybody's situation is different. Ours, and I did feel like I was going crazy because I'm like, this should not be taking this long. And there are great support systems out there for foster parents, like different, social media networks that you can reach out. And those can be a blessing and a curse because I think there was like once that I tried to get encouragement because it was taking so long, and then everybody was blasting me saying that we needed to change agencies, because that was a sign and blah blah blah. Well, we did our due diligence. We picked our agency for a reason. We did discover as it got really far into the process, and the delays were just like really getting out of control. We actually had a conversation with them and found out that the licensing side is run differently than the case side. So it wasn't necessarily a reflection of the full agency. It's just the way that different things were like happening, I guess. But the reason why I knew we weren't going crazy is because our state has a deadline that when you turn in your application to be a foster, adopt, parent, family, whatever, you have 180 days to get licensed. And they do that really to put a fire under the family to get everything that they need. But in our case, it was the agency. So we have been waiting and waiting. We kept getting dates that we were told that like our home study would be written up. Like they had already left our house.
Yeah.
And it still took 2 months after that for them to even touch our home study to write it up. And I'm more than happy to talk about the issues I see with that because here's 2 things I just want to call out. And by all means, we understand that agencies have their own struggles and they have a lot on their plate. But I think it's doing a disservice to the kids, the families, everybody involved because we finished our training back in February.
Yeah, gosh, that feels like forever ago.
Because it was. And if you want to retain all that if we learned all that stuff in January and February, in order to retain it, you have to actually apply it. And we haven't been able to apply it because this process has taken so incredibly long. And then on top of that, even the home study taking so long, if the person who's writing up our home study is not pulling out her notes until 6 to 8 weeks after she left our house, how much does she remember about our conversations? Yeah. So I think that there could be improvements.
And I'm sure every agency is different with their processes. Yes. But yeah, we kind of talked to the higher ups at our agency and just voice our concerns.
Yeah.
But very nicely.
Yeah.
We weren't stern or mean or anything. It's just this is our experience. Because you're the one that talked to him.
I know, I did. I was very, very, very nice, professional.
Yeah.
Explained that, yes, these are our frustrations, but we knew that what we were signing up for.
To be honest, I feel like depending on the people going into this, if they have all these setbacks, it could really discourage you.
Yes.
Because, like she said, the foster agency was telling her, this is the timeline, and that was completely wrong.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, a few, we're not naming names and we're not calling people out, but some of the people that we've dealt with, I could just tell by the way they were acting and the way things were going. I'm like, that's not right. You're not gonna, you're making these promises that you can't keep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what happened, but.
Yeah, and
it's all done now, so we're happy.
It is, and I think that now we're shifting into the side of fostering where, we know that if we have a kid in our care, we have a 24-hour hotline where, if we need something, somebody is going to be there to talk to, and there's kind of a hierarchy of how they triage phone calls, emails, stuff like that, and people who are trying to get licensed aren't necessarily going to be at the top of that list.
Mm-hmm.
And we understood that going in because, obviously the kids are the most important thing, but it's frustrating when you have a room empty for months and months and months. You know that there's kids out there who need that room. But we are finally licensed! Oh, yay! I'm so excited.
Yep. So now it's just a waiting game, pretty much, for a call.
Yeah, we're waiting for a call from the matchmaker, but not a call because we are a match for a kid. But I think that basically she told us this in one of her trainings where she talked about her process, that once a family gets licensed, she has a conversation with them to just feel them out, get an idea of them after she's looked over the child characteristics and stuff.
That's going to be a tough job because I remember that class where she talked about, basically what happens is she'll get a case put on her desk and it's, however many kids that are being displaced from their birth home, and she has to find a family for them. And to find that right match is gosh, that's got to be very taxing because there's so many different levels that you have to qualify these families for. Okay, can they take in a boy or a girl? Can they take in this age range? Are they set to cope with these different personality traits? So it's got to be really, really tough.
Yeah, I think she said that those were the first two qualifiers to kind of get a short list of families. And the way that it works is that the county is the one who has the kids. And so they're looking at their families who are licensed through the county, but then they also put that out to all of the private agencies, and each private agency basically hands the county one recommended family. So our agency would go through their whole list of families and say, yeah, we have these 3 families, but this is the one that we're going to offer to the county. So there's definitely a possibility that even once we get our first call that we're not going to end up with that placement.
Yeah, even if we said, okay, yeah, we can take the kid in, that's not guarantee, for sure. Yeah, because then it goes to the county and the county decides, so.
Yeah, so we are really excited for that. And based on what our home study person said, our child characteristics, it seems like we will get a call fairly quick. But again, who knows?
Because yeah, you never know.
I've actually connected with some people from different states, and I'm amazed at how different things are, not only by state, but by county. There are some people, we had to do our training, then we applied, then we did our home study. There are some places where you do your home study first, and then you go through all your training. Every place does it differently. There's different process. It's very strange, but yeah. So we're finally through it. Now we have to wait again.
Yep. So next time we make a video, we will hopefully be telling you guys about a call that we got.
Call, kid.
Yep.
Who knows?
Replacement. Yeah.
But yeah, that's our update.
Yep. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and we'll put a link in the description for adoptuskids.org. That is a great website with a lot of information if you are thinking about fostering or adopting. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.